All right, we are live. All right, guys, welcome back to Midnight Alley, episode 99. I don't know, something like that. I thought we were at episode 100 a while back, but then we weren't, and now we are. Maybe I don't know. Um, we'll have to ask our
Almost.
our professor over there.
Professor
So-
Waffle.
Last session, things kind of went back into full swing Fairhaven, basically picking up where you guys left off when you left. You guys left Fairhaven for some time. After the secondary, actually, I think it was actually the tertiary characters had the encounter with the artist's mind. Kind of a weird encounter. You guys came across their drug den and basically, shut them down. This is probably a year and a half ago, IRL. They had been doing some strange things. There was a play that was being enacted around Fairhaven and, the surrounding areas. It was called The Traveler's Gift. And there was a musical score that was being written by a local guy, actually the son of the Dekundarak family. This was kind of early on for you guys as well. He died. He had been dating some young lady with red hair, and after her breaking up with him for someone else, he took his own life, or something like that. They weren't sure. Then it turned out it seemed like he was maybe sacrificed. Then a series of sacrifices occurred throughout the time that you guys were in Fairhaven. You helped investigate it and kind of broke the case in Weir when you guys traced it back to the caverns, or I guess the temple beneath Weir. And things seemed to get better after that. And then some of those familiar faces from that area started popping up in town again. Things got a little weird, and then it went quiet for a while when you guys left. You guys came back in town, and you guys kind of showed up at the very moment that another investigation, or the continuance of the previous investigation, was coming to a head. They apparently had gathered enough information to get a warrant for the arrest of Vea and for Rad, who had been in the original iteration of the Artist's Mind, which was connected to the play and the music that was essentially like brainwashing people, putting them into riots, and that was kind of, it got a little out of control. The Silver Flame worked to purge the music, and the 12 actually stepped in at that point, and along with the Silver Flame, kind of protected the city for a while. Coincidentally, around the time that you guys get back, after bumping into some of the people from the Energy Conference, that's when this happens. Serendipitous. So you guys are all doing your things and making your way back to the Mons in one way or another. And in the ending beats of last session, while Rose and Lucian kind of bumped into each other, a few of the people that were in charge of that investigation were making their way back to the Mons and served a warrant to young Kovanen, who then let the people inside know and actually allowed them to go into the house to serve the warrant. Vea was pretty pissed. She looked like she was about to explode and maybe kill some people, but Rad talked her down, and then they were taken out in custody of this trifecta of the governing body that's running the city right now. And that's about where we left off the session. So I don't see any reason to move things ahead from there. I'm just going to drop you guys right back into where we left off. Lucy and Rose, I think you guys are both still outside, right? You just walked Kovan and...
Yeah, we were heading back to the. We were headed back to the Chalice Center.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys walked Kovan and back.
Just talking.
Yeah. You guys are heading back to the Chalice Center. I guess we'll start there.
All right.
And go.
All right.
So, it's dark. I think it's... I guess it's summer now at this point, isn't it? Are we heading into summer?
Just about summer.
Yeah.
It's roughly May-ish by this
Okay.
point, I think.
Yeah, so...
We've lost track of time, so...
Yeah, it's roughly... It's the second quarter of the year heading into the third. Yeah, so it's starting to warm up at night. The days are getting a bit longer. Nothing specifically exciting going on in the city right now. A little bit of commotion. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a weekend or heading towards that time. A bit of evening travel. But clearly nothing to write home about.
I mean, I know Rose is heading to the Chalice Center specifically because that's where her room is currently, and she's about to, see her family for the first time in months again. She's looking vaguely she really does want to be there, but there's also so much at the back of her mind. Lucian will probably definitely pick up on that.
Yeah. Do you would you like some company? I know you haven't seen your family in quite some time, so.
Rose just looks at Lucian. Company dealing with my parents or company on the way back? Those are two different questions there.
Well,
Wait. On the way back from where? Because we're going to the same place, so. I mean.
I don't know if you're going to be stopping anywhere else on the way. You might want to stop at a florist shop and get, your wife some flowers or something.
Nah. She's alright. She's got plenty of flowers.
Nah, she aight.
No, of course, to run interference with your parents and family.
It honestly takes Rose by surprise. And you're welcome to. Fair warning, they're going to be loud because it's probably going to be all the brothers, my parents, their wives, and all the kids. You see her start counting on her fingers.
You are selling a very hard bargain.
You're the one that asked.
You're right. I did unfortunately ask, but the offer still stands. I wouldn't mind meeting your family. See where you get it from.
Oh. All right. I think they'd like to meet you. Honestly.
All right. Sure. Lead the way.
Rose will pick a path through to the Chalice Center. She doesn't hurry, but she doesn't necessarily take her time either. She is definitely enjoying the evening air on her walk. But then again, Rose is the more athletic one of the two, I think, isn't she?
Yeah.
I think her athletic score is probably higher. If that's what you mean
She
by athletic.
enjoys the athleticism, too.
Yes, I have a 0 in athletics.
Got it. We need to start you on a calisthenics program or something.
That would mess up my suits.
He's more into Zumba.
I practice Tai Bo from time to time. I do enjoy those DVDs. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So he'll just try to keep up, but with her not, really necessarily running to get there, I'm sure he can keep step on the way.
Yeah, so you guys make it back that way. You pass through the bazaar. Most of the kiosks and tents and whatnot are broken down, but there's still a couple people hanging around. There's some chairs kind of congregating together. It looks like shopkeepers that may have closed up for the night, but are just kind of chatting and reveling a little bit after their day of sales, enjoying a little bit of drink. Heading towards the Chalice Center, you see it. It is the tower. Even at this time of day, there are still airships coming in and out of the port stations and the upper levels of the tower. The tower at the Chalice Center. And at the base is, of course, the Grand Hall and the restaurant that serves the hall. So.
And Rose approaches where she's been told everybody's just kind of gathered. And she is visibly bracing for the wall of noise that she knows is going to be meeting her. Or that she expects, at least. Alright, last chance to turn back, Lucian.
Lucian straightens his suit, kind of brushes it off a little bit, takes a deep breath, lets it out, and you just see in his eyes, he's kind of real focused, bring it on type of look.
Yeah, like a little bit of soul just slips out. Not getting that back.
See, the expression that I am seeing is very much Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. That's the visual right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright. And she'll
All right. So
open the door.
Yeah, so you guys make your way in there. I'm assuming you're just going straight up there, right? Or are you there? You've already made your way there. You're walking into the door of your suite. Where, when you say open the door, what door are we speaking of?
Wherever the family reunion, for lack of better words, is happening.
Oh boy.
Would you rather I skip straight to go and buy her sweet bird?
No, but you're gonna have to play all of your family members because
Oh dear God. I was not prepared for that one, so maybe I do just.
Hey, you wrote them all. You know them.
Yeah, I do. Do you know how many family members I have?
Yeah. Honestly,
They're
I
all
would
wearing
say
the same T-shirt.
welcome back, Rose. I would say at this point, so do you remember that area that you guys had partitioned off in the bar that one night where everyone was dancing?
Yes.
So you had almost like your own separate VIP lounge. It was an elevated area and it's roped off and it's right above where the dance floor stands. So the bar is popping. Okay. There's music playing. People are drinking. It is packed. And the VIP area is also packed. And it's one of those situations where it's like, when there's like 4 people, it's like, oh man, all of these conversations, that you're going to have with these people are going to be very intense. But with the number of people that are already there, it's probably going to be more like getting married. You're going to walk up the stairs and you're going to have like 30 seconds to have a conversation with each person. It's just going to be a barrage of nonsense that you probably won't even remember tomorrow. People will be putting drinks in your hand. Lucky is going to be standing by you the whole time, helping field some questions and, keep the, the barrage down to a minimum. And I would say probably at this point, there might even be an extension of the people that would normally be there. So anybody that you've encountered along the way that your family would know to invite to this thing, because I assume that some of them are probably like you, and they're gonna do the southern thing where everybody gets invited and then there's too many people there and then there's like that person that you didn't want to even run into. So anywho, that's about what the next 2 hours of your night are like. Lucian,
That's
what are
fair.
What are you doing while this is all going on?
Mingling. Just like, I'm sure the first person I go up to is like, grandma, like
That would be her mother, Janelle.
yeah. She probably, I'm sure, like you said, the southern thing, gives me a big hug, pats my stomach. Man, you are so skinny. I think you need yourself a little bit of
Steve's just role playing for you.
So far it's doing pretty good. Janelle is definitely she is a cleric. She is the priestess of Hearth Goddess, essentially. So yeah, she's very much that
Hearth and home.
Just Hearth and home matronly sorta thing.
So let me
I'm
get
sure I make fun of on several occasions, and
let me get a persuasion roll. You know what? And Lucian, your wife's going to be down there. She's going to be hanging out with them. She's going to ask both you guys, like, hey, where's Kovanen? Where's Zazie? Where's, whoever, I would say the secondary characters probably, having flown back with you guys are also there. It's a good night. It's a big night.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone retires for the evening. Yeah. Rose and Lucian, let me get a couple of rolls from you guys. Let me get a...
All right.
Well, first of all, voluntarily, how much is it that you will try to drink or not drink? Or at all? Or partake in other substances? I don't know. Maybe, you're going to do something really cool that I haven't thought of.
Rose's family, immediate family, knows she doesn't drink that often, so she's adhering to that. Now, whether or not anybody else that's at this gathered party tries to ply her with drink is another matter. But she's going to try and remain as sober as possible.
Oh, come on. Let's be honest. We know there's beer everywhere.
There's a lot of beer. A lot of stuff like that. Eli is probably going to be trying to put shots in people's hands.
Depends on how traumatized he still is in his Chalice Center hotel room.
That's a good point.
Oh, that's right.
No one knows.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we got to revisit that one. Give me a wisdom save for Eli real quick while we're continuing this.
Navigate to his character sheet. Wisdom save. If that's what you said, it's a 6.
Like I was saying before, I'm sure Lucian is eating and drinking anything and everything that is shoved into his hands. To be as like hospitable, or not hospitable, but like as kind. I don't know. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you know, basically, yeah, just taking it with a smile on his face, and even when he's getting full, he's like, "Oh, thank you." You know.
Just respecting the ways.
Yeah.
That's question.
Answer.
Rose probably would have warned you about some of her family, like, well before this. She would have warned you that she has twin brothers, Eli and Eloy, who are notorious pranksters. Do you avoid anything they offer you, or do you just accept it blindly on blind faith and trust?
Can I roll something to see if Lucian even like notices? Because I'm sure things are just being shoved into his hands, left and right.
Yeah, you know what? Go for it. I know.
DM,
Those-
what should I roll?
Not. Ah.
The DM has requested that the two of you do some quick back and forth for him.
Yeah.
Please.
It
Please.
is
Lucian,
a
why
good
don't you
idea.
roll us an insight check?
Yeah. With a waffle to keep us honest here.
Oh
Man.
that is a natural one.
Oh,
Lucian's
Yeah,
taking
but-
everything.
yeah, yeah. Rose is definitely gonna have to apologize to you in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Who knows what they've given you by this point, but it's definitely something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, none of the brothers are as bad as the one that's dead.
I mean, they're not gonna try to kill Lucian, but they definitely might spike his drink, and it's up for call whether it's, drugs or peppers or the little worm in the bottle of a tequila bottle.
Oh dear God.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah, Al is there. He's looking around clearly for Miss Delirander. She doesn't show up. He just kind of chills. And I mean, I think that wraps it up. Unless there's anything in particular that you guys wanted to hit on other than that. Rose,
I'm
I
just gonna
know
go ahead
that
and-
you have some.
Roll a con save.
Yeah, roll a con save for the morning, and you decide your own level of commitment. You're fine. You're fine. Rose, go ahead and write a scene for us of what happened. Put it on the NSFW page. We can all read that or not. And
up to your discretion. Probably not for most of y'all.
I don't know. I might. I should know what my players are doing.
I might read it just for the sake of knowing what happened to me.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that. Oh man. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, it was a good night.
It was a very good night.
Meanwhile, back at the Mons, the other members of the Artist Mind have left. It is just Baby Kovanen, Voss, Zazie, and everyone else, which at this point pretty much just seems like it's Miss Crow, are asleep.
Right. So, Kavana had come home. As he had told Rose and Lucian, he was just done for the night. He's gonna talk about stuff in the morning. I'm sure. Well, I say that as if I wouldn't know, but I am Voss, so I would know. Voss would be waiting up for Kovanen to get back. Hoping for an opportunity to speak with him.
He's hiding in the bathroom right now, it looks like.
Well, that's not the token that you gave me control of, so that's not me.
Oh no, it's an imposter.
That's the large size me that you left in the bathroom.
Well,
He'll just be there to surprise me, I guess. I don't know.
that's the my size Voss in the bathroom. Kavana goes in there. Voss is in there. You know. Magic happens.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me, Voss. It's in the foyer, waiting up for Kovanen.
Yeah, so he comes back in the front door at this point. He looks up, entering the grand vestibule. Sees you standing there. Well, I don't think that went very well. Sorry about that.
Well, I don't know this Vaya very well, but I guess it could have gone worse. I mean, she wasn't exactly polite about the whole affair.
That's a good point.
She went with them.
I didn't think of that. That could have definitely went worse if she had done things differently. Sure. Definitely. So that's a good point.
To his credit, Rad was polite and professional about the whole ordeal. He's optimistic, probably as a means of keeping Vaya calm and himself from spiraling. But
He seems
that's
to
all
be
you can
good
do.
at that.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
He does a good job at that pretty much all the time, so it's not really news, so to speak.
Well, there's probably not much you can do about it. I know that'll be on your mind. Not much you can do about it until you are inevitably contacted for witness statements. Of course, we'll ask around for attorneys and that kind of thing.
I feel very weird.
Weirder has happened. Listen, they were all saying, Brad and the others were all saying it was just some harmless prank. It made some people dance or whatever. But these people in power really don't seem to think that. Seems that it's a lot more serious than perhaps your friends would like to believe. It's already late, I know. Just keep that in mind.
Just feel like something very strange is happening to me.
There is. To be perfectly honest with you, there is.
Hmm.
I kind of gesture off to the music room. If you want to stay up a little late, we can talk about it. I'd like to. I should probably hear some things. Or there are some things you should probably hear.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
29.
Yeah, he looks kind of scared. But he nods his head and kind of lifts an arm and gestures for you to move on ahead.
I'll go on into the... I'll lead the way into the music room. Pour a couple of short glasses of wine, set them on the table.
He sits across from you, or adjacent to you, I guess. It's a triangle seating pattern. Picks up his glass of wine and swirls it a little bit. Takes a sip. Then he takes a bigger sip. Sits it back down and kind of folds his hands on the table and just looks at you.
Voskovonen is just swirling his glass of wine, hasn't drank from it yet, before saying, "Has the lady spoken to you about why you're here?"
A little bit. Not really. Not a lot.
Something about being such and such next in line to inherit the house, or
Oh, of course. I mean,
distant relative of hers.
yes. I mean, you and I talked about that in the beginning when I arrived here. Turns out, strangely enough, it's all true, or something.
Or something. Yeah. You certainly are next to inherit the house. You are indeed Ariel Gare. This is yours. He says, just kind of gesturing around vaguely. But the story that you and I had about it not exactly being true, or that story was never true. You've always been the actual honest heir to what we have here.
Kind of turns his head to one side, and the other takes another drink from the glass. Right. I mean, that's the part that makes no sense, but seems right. I feel like you left and been just trying to figure things out since then, and got a bit distracted.
Yeah, so did I, to say the least. Distractions are just everywhere. They're so big and important. Anyway, apologies. I feel like I don't even know where to begin. Like, I know exactly where to begin, because obviously, but
I mean,
it's hard to bring it out there.
Rad and Vea don't have anything to do with this, do they?
Well, they didn't when you got here, but they do now, I think.
But not
Sort of in like a tangential way.
But not like this, not the house, not this.
No. They came along afterwards. They have motives and intents of their own that are, I don't know, mysterious and concerning, perhaps, even though we don't really know what they are, but they're related to your art.
It's interesting.
Speaking of, let's back up. Earlier, we were talking about your painting.
Right.
I told you to hang on to that feeling of knowing what that scene was, or having experienced it before.
Yes, I did. I mean, I tried to. It has mostly left me by now, but I think I can still grasp it if need be. Or at least I can try.
With that in mind, you've had a bit of a life before this, we'll say.
It's funny that you say that, because I have these memories sometimes that of you and I, and they seem so clear to me sometimes, but the moment I try to actually think about them, they are not.
That's a symptom of you having been brought here. Have you ever... This will sound like I'm changing the subject, but I'm not. Have you ever spoken with someone here in the manse who maybe should have known details about something that's occurred here before, but they couldn't remember it very well?
Not very often. Sometimes. I mean, tonight, obviously. And it's so strange because sometimes I just know the answer, which I take for granted. It says though it happened to me, but then if I really think about it, and he just kind of like shakes his head.
Yeah, when you really think about it. Well, suffice it to say, there's more to the lady than meets the eye. Have you ever, as the lady seemed to change her appearance in your time here that you can remember?
No, I don't think so. I came around the beginning. I think it was right after the Long Shadows Festival.
Right. Okay.
He just shrugs his shoulders. No, not yet. She
Right. Well,
strangely looks remarkably the same all the time. Maybe wearing slightly different length clothing, all kind of the same though.
mm-hmm. Voskavonen will telepathically speak to Zazie if she's still awake. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm here with Kovanen. Everyone else is gone. I hope you're all right. I'm taking him into the study.
Okay. Yeah,
You know
I'll
the
I'll be
study.
fine. Yeah. Um remember the link doesn't persist across dimensions.
Right, right. I had forgotten that part, but I was thinking I didn't know how long I was going to be gone from the manse. So,
Yeah. See you in the morning then?
probably.
Okay. In the morning then.
Good night.
Good night.
Voss blinks a couple times, shakes his head as if he was daydreaming.
Roll insight for me real quick.
17.
Okay. All right. I was having you roll for me. He looks at you, kind of. You were somewhere else there for a moment.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was having a conversation with myself. I get lost in that sometimes. Anyway, I'm daydreaming a little bit.
Wait, before we move on from here, I do have a couple questions. I was thinking because, well, like before, we said that you were going to help my friends. I mean, Rad is. God, he hates when I call him that. Radna is my best friend, and Vea is also very special to me. I just need to know that they're going to be safe.
Well, they're in the hands of the authorities now. I've been in the hands of the authorities. I'll have you know. Once upon a time, in my youth, I guess it was. Hey, you get arrested, put you behind some bars, and you sit there for a while. Things go well for you. You can leave and like prepare a case for yourself. Well, that might have been. Ours wasn't exactly the normal legal system, so maybe so. But worst case, they get held there, and the lawyers have to speak to them in a room in the jail or something. Best case, it's proven that they're not even related, and they get released. But what's most likely is maybe they're put on house arrest while the trial does whatever it needs to do before the hearing, before court.
Okay. All right. What were you going to show me? Or tell me?
Yeah. Voskovanen downs his wine, sets his glass down, hands on the table like he's about to get up, and says, "Follow me."
Very similarly, he finishes his wine, stands up, hands on the table, pushes the chair out behind him, and follows you.
It's adorable. So I lead him through the library to the study.
So as you approach the
Standing
door, he takes a step back, kind of into the corner of the books. Roll insight for yourself now.
A natural
Ooh.
1 with a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, he just doesn't seem to want to go in there.
Gotcha. Well, not seeing whatever that was, Boss stops outside the door and looks back at him like, have you ever been in here? Or like, wanted to go into the study?
He just shakes his head no hard.
Oh. Have you had a dream about the study, even though you feel like you shouldn't have dreams about?
He just
The
nods
study.
his head yes.
So did I, once. Mine was I found myself in the library. It was dark. I was dreaming of a eerie green light. I forget now if it was from the keyhole or maybe a specific book.
He's just nodding his head along with you. Both. The book is in the room. I've never been in there before, but I know exactly what it looks like inside. There's a book. It's on a shelf next to a stuffed red chair. And when I pull it out, I wake up.
Well, you're exactly right. That's what's in there, and in a manner of speaking, that's what happens.
Fine. Go ahead. I'm right behind you. Lead the way.
All right. It's nothing dangerous, but this is kind of why you're here.
He kind of shakes his hands out a little bit, and he steps in front of you. Do you mind if I do it?
Sure.
Goes to open the door.
DM,
Go ahead.
DM, last I remember the door's locked.
Yep. He goes to jiggle the door as assuming it's locked. And it just opens.
Boss kind of says out loud, like, what? Whatever.
What's wrong?
That was locked when I tried it.
It's weird. I just have never even tried to open it. I had those dreams almost the first night I was in here. And I just never tried to open it since. I've just been very scared. He
No.
walks past you, walks up to the little light that's above the bookcase in the center, and there's a book there, and he reaches out, pulls the book out, and behind it there is a latch, and he looks back at you.
Like, give him a little gesture, like, go ahead.
He trips the latch, and the door, the wall swings in. You're up. This is where my dream ends.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is kind of where it begins.
He gets this kind of like prickly goosebumps on the arm. So
I
kind
think
of
I'm going to wait right here for you. If you go down there and you feel nothing and it's just a bunch of dusty old stuff, then well, come on back. But if you get down there and something feels like I'll be here.
He looks at you. He starts walking down the steps, and you see him look back through the crack in the door, and he just nods. And some time goes by.
I sit in the big chair. I've never really sat in the big chair.
Felt's chair. Commandeered that chair.
I spin around with my hands deep put together, facing no one, feeling like I'm an important someone.
Hours pass.
Feet up on the desk. I'm probably totally asleep.
You do fall asleep. And cue the next morning. All right. Everyone roll initiative.
Yay.
I can't click my token.
Well, it came up. You got a 13.
No, I didn't. I didn't roll yet.
That was so weird. I opened it and it was empty. Kavana, did you roll 15?
I sure did.
Rose looks like she rolled twice. Well, let me know what everybody rolled. I'll go ahead and update that for all of you.
Well, mine is a 10.
Nope. She Rose rolled a 7. That's a little thing that roll 20 or beyond does to differentiate between who's got the higher dex mod,
Okay.
because that's the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zazi's 6 is accurate.
Cool.
That's the word.
Okay. Kovanen, you wake up. Sorry, Voss.
Lucian needs to be on the tracker.
He's on mine. Just
Okay.
No one else could see him. But I got him. He's got a 10. Kovanen,
Yes.
you wake up in the chair, and the door is no longer open.
Oh, dang it. Ugh. Get my feet down off the desk, stand up and stretch. The door in the bookcase is closed.
It is.
Well, I don't blame him. I wouldn't have spoken to anyone either. Ugh. Okay, I'll walk around outside looking all sleepy and groggy. Stand around in the foyer.
Yeah, it's pretty dead in here.
Walk on into the kitchen, start making some coffee. If I'm up before Miss Crow.
Oh, no
and
way.
or-
You're not. She's here. Coffee's being made. Oh, hello there, dear. That one's for you,
Ah.
Lucian.
The fuck?
Lucian was like, oh, she's got to sound like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Why is there whipped cream all over your face?
Hello! All right.
Hey, melting like a snow cone in Phoenix.
Melting like a snow cone in Phoenix. God, I fucking love that guy. So yeah, she, as soon as you walk in, she's like, oh, I think I know what you need. Just give me 1 minute. She makes, I I don't know how you
Rush.
take your I don't know how you take your morning tea or coffee or whatever it is, but she prepares it for you the way that you like. Hands it to you.
Voss takes his coffee with just black with a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, there's a couple little like almost looks like a loaf that has been cut into fingers, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
They're crispy. Looks like they have little chocolate chips inside of them. 2 of them on the side of a small saucer.
I'll pick one up, rest it on top of my coffee, so the across the cup, so the chocolate chips can start to melt. Like,
Brilliant.
hey, Miss Grove, sorry about all the. Were you awake for the commotion last night?
I don't think so. I went to bed quite early. Left things in the hands of young, damn it, Erin? Mrs. Westcott.
yes, Erin.
Ms. Westcott.
Well, she handled the evening as well as she can be expected. But the commotion I'm referring to is some of the young folk that have been that Kavanen has been keeping company with, whatever.
She just shakes her head. She gives you that eye. You can tell she looks dissatisfied. Young
Well,
people
they
these
just won't
days.
be here. Well, they just won't be in the house for a little while. A couple
Well,
of the,
that's a bit of a relief. I think I might miss making the food and taking care of them, but I tell you what, they are very rowdy at night. They stay up all hours of the night. They just make a huge mess. It's horrible. So, I guess it keeps me busy.
I
though.
know, and then we brought on this Erin to help you with the load, and then the load is suddenly
It's suddenly
not there
gone.
anymore. But she's staying. Don't worry.
Well, I hope that young Radner fellow is okay. He's a fine young gentleman.
He carries himself well.
He's quite put together well, too. If I don't. Well, yeah. And
Well,
she goes back to
I'm sure he'll
cooking.
be
She's like fanning her
Okay.
face.
Yeah, jeez. Well, I'll pick up the second piece of chocolate chip biscotti looking thing. Head out.
Oh, the vapors.
Stand around.
All right.
Stand around in the foyer eating his little warmed biscotti like you walk outside and you don't have anything to do, and you're just like, yeah, here I am. And that's great.
Okay, Lucian,
And there he is.
you wake up. Cue baby sounds. All right. Zamra pops up next to you. She's like puts her like palms your face and like sits up, looks down, sees she's palming your face, and then unpalms your face, and puts her hand on your chest. She walks over to Erthol's crib, picks him up, pops the tit in his mouth. I don't fucking know. Gives him a bottle. Because that's what you do with 9-month-olds. I don't fucking know. Anyway, she feeds the baby.
Yeah.
In the baby feeding chair. It rocks.
Oh yeah, he's about to go back to sleep. Yeah, I sit up, kind of stretch. What do we have planned for today?
I'm not quite sure. Why am I slipping back into that voice? I don't know, Lucian. There's something we need to talk about. It's very important.
Uh-oh. That's never a good sign.
Well, I didn't want to bother
What
you.
did I
about it.
do?
No, you didn't do anything. You've been
Oh.
so good recently. But I've just been thinking a lot about Erthal, and I don't feel safe here with him. I don't want to leave you. I know that your friends are here and everything that we've been working on is here. But I just feel it's every single day since everything started happening in the Shadow Marches, I've just felt this sense of unease, this just sense of dread, and I just can't take it anymore. I just can't. And she's kind of realizing she's venting as soon as you wake up. We need to talk about this later.
No. Now is a good time.
Just give me a moment.
I
And she continued, you know, she finishes. Let me finish feeding Edithul. Can we talk about something nice until then? Maybe. What are you doing today?
I'm really not sure. I had a very long night. Rose's brothers are a trip, if I do say so myself, and those kids. Can't wait till little Edithul is their age. Being able to run around with them, that was exciting. It was fun.
No, I had a good evening too. I'm happy that Rose is here. She's a bit of a grounding force for all of us. Her family is a bit much, but I think that is something in common that I share with her. So anyway, and she Ethel was back asleep, and she's kind of like re-swaddling him and tucking him in, and she walks back over to the bed and sits back up against the bedpost, kind of like starts running her fingers through your hair. She's just like, Lucian, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave you alone. I don't want to take the baby from you. I know you want to be around for your son, but I mean, I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I mean, you have to see it as well. It's just all so unsafe.
No, I completely agree. I would hate for you and the baby to be in any immediate danger. I have been thinking for quite some time, trying to figure out where would be a safe place for you and
I can't come up with
Edithul to
anything.
go.
I've kind of picked my brain. We can't just stay in constant flight, and even then we have to worry about pirates. So,
I mean, I considered for a moment, you know, sending you guys to the Dreamlands. You know, but of course that would mean
no, we can't do that.
missing out on all of his
childhood,
big moments.
No, absolutely not. I mean, if we ever do something like that, we're doing it together, and hopefully for a short period of time, because I know the time just winds by so quickly there, and I will not have him. You miss those years.
Yes. I mean, there's the possibility of you possibly going to your family's house, family's estate, wherever that may be. That could lead to some kind of safety for you and
No, of course.
and Edithul as
Of
well.
course. I just, you know, my family has always been a bit unpredictable. My mother's brought back that strange old man who was excoriated. I didn't even know that he was a member of the expedition or of her crew. Well, I guess he wasn't really part of the crew, part of the expedition. It's just strange when you bring back people that have had allegations against them in the past that are very incriminating, and now they're just walking around, and it just makes you feel unsafe.
Right.
I mean, not that he was specifically doing things with infant boys, but there were some things strange going on between him and some groups. All the houses have their secrets.
Yes, I can certainly attest to that one. No. my uncle, my cousins, my
Of course. I mean, I know you have.
grandmother.
Lucian, after going through all this with you, it just seems like I just feel so much closer.
Yes, we.
I didn't think that could happen. I'm thinking after Airful is maybe just a bit older, we can, try again.
For another one.
I don't want him to grow up alone. Look at you. If you'd had a sister or a brother or something, you'd have been so much less of a pain in the ass.
Either that, or I would have led the child astray. But no, I think you're right. My life was very different when when Carlisle and Erica and I were younger, and we had each other to rely on. But one has to wonder if the loss of my mother would have caused me to become estranged from my sibling as well. The way it happened with my cousins.
All right.
I mean, one may never know.
So she just kind of lays down next to you and, holds your hand and kind of just nuzzles her head back into your neck and starts to fall back asleep. Maybe we can just talk about this a bit later. I'm going to get some more sleep. And she drifts back off to sleep. Rose.
Yes.
You wake up. Alone.
Mm.
The blankets next to you have been pushed aside. There is a small tent letter folded on the end table next to your bed.
And she'll pick it up and read it
It just says bacon.
as she stretches.
It just says bacon and eggs.
Shakes her head. She's kind of going to stretch. What level would you say whatever room they ended up in?
Up there. You guys are up there. You
Was
guys
on.
are in the Deli Ranger suites, so it's pretty much in the top. But there are different, for the lack of a better word, elevators that you can use.
It's just that she's going to spend a few minutes kind of on the balcony. Is it on the north side of the Chalice Center, or would it be on the southern side?
I would say it's
do you
actually
think?
going to be on the south side, overlooking the city.
Okay.
That's where I always imagined it to be.
All right. So she's just gonna kind of watch the city for a few minutes as she does her morning warm up routine. She's got a shirt on at the very least, so she's not just sitting there. And then she'll make her way to go, find breakfast either with her family or, if she's lucky, finding Lucky, even just on her own. What time does she wake up? I know she's typically an early riser, but maybe not after a night like last night.
I don't know. Probably around 10 a.m. ish. It's a bit late.
All right. So, yeah, very late for Rose, who typically wakes up with the dawn. She's not going to complain. She had a good night. So yeah, she makes her way to find food and get ready for the day. She'll get her gear on, her badge,
So when you
maybe send a runner.
when you go down, I'm assuming so you're taking the elevator down and you're going to get food. You see the area that was partitioned off yesterday is now set up with basically a breakfast buffet. there is a station with somebody cooking. They're making eggs. There are trays of bacon and other breakfast type fare. And there's a couple people there eating, some of your family members, and they just, clearly were deep in their cups as well last evening. And maybe your mother is already gone. I don't know, but it's just a couple of distant relatives. And you can, just hop down. Lucky's hanging out there eating. He has a cup of coffee next to him. He's reading a newspaper.
All right, yeah, she'll grab her plate, take a seat, greet everybody. What's the latest news headline? Nodding to the paper in Lucky's hand.
He has like one leg, kind of propped up on the other one on a chair that's across from him on the other side of the table. He's got the newspaper. He's kind of like leaning back in his chair, drinking his coffee. Yeah, looks like the escapades down there at Rogari last night. You want to tell me a little bit what went on down there? And he puts the newspaper in front of you. Stamps a finger on it.
Yeah. How different is the news story from what she observed last night?
It almost says nothing. It's like a couple pages. It's not like headlines. It's like breaking information on, house heir murders from a year and a half ago has now, whatever. See page 12 for more. And then when you flip over to page 12, it's just like, goes over the names of the people apprehended and just gives like a very cursory explanation of what happened. And that they have been imprisoned. And it does say one interesting piece of information. It says, Sir Robert Penhew has spoken on their behalf and will be posting bail.
That gets her attention. She sits up straighter. Do you recognize that name? Penhew?
Folds his arms.
And she's asking. And her face is neutral, leaning towards annoyed. For the record.
He just stares at you blankly. I mean, that he followed the expedition basically around the world, and he just stares at you and like takes a drink of his coffee, doesn't break eye contact, sits it down.
Right.
You want to ask that again?
Why the hell is he posting their bail? Out of all the people.
I can't tell you. It's very strange, if you ask me.
Yep. Yeah, Lucian and I ran into them and lost my temper a little bit. Not gonna lie.
You ran into them?
They were in Lucian's hometown. City and City.
Right.
They were leaving when we were about to leave.
I haven't really been on them since I got arrested. I think... I mean, I know they were getting a little tired of having me following them around, so they got rid of me.
Well, one hell of a setup.
Yeah, it sure was. Anyway, is he back here?
Yeah, he's the one that, or at least Sir Penny is the one that posted their bail.
Right.
Can't say the same for Jack or whatever the
He could handle that
other
shit
guy's
over,
name was.
over Civis. I don't know. I know that he's got he's got his estate here. He's got somebody running it for him. I don't know if that guy there is doing all that, or if he did it himself. You never know.
I was hoping to get in touch with Feld at a decent hour.
Well, I mean,
Might still do so.
I was gonna meet up with him either today or tomorrow to go over some things.
Alright.
All right, and I'm actually gonna take this time to break off and go pee. But he's like, maybe you and I can head over that way now. Cool. And let's break for 10.
Alright. Push me.
Okay.
Alright. Talk to you in a few.
Talk to you in a bit.
Hello back.
Good evening.
I'm Waffle.
Hello.
Hello, hello back. That was really, really, really good.
That was really good.
All right. So,
So,
I'm having an Oktoberfest. Zazie, you wake up.
Yes.
I mean, Aaron.
Yeah, she does. Well, she wakes up as Zazie. The spell doesn't last long enough to last till sleep. Through sleep, that's the word. So she just lays there in bed, staring up at the ceiling, thinking about everything and nothing at the same time for like 15, 20 minutes. Then she'll get up, she'll do her stuff, she'll get ready, she'll get dressed, she'll do the first casting of the spell, which I will go mark down on my character sheet so I know that I have done it. It is first level. And then she'll take a deep breath, go and unlock her door, and head out to the kitchen.
All right. When you get out to the kitchen, you see Miss Crow there, just preparing some, foodstuffs. Nothing serious. Turns around. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Westcott. Sorry, Ms. Westcott. How are you doing? Good.
Okay. Last night was a lot.
Well, it was your
I
first
think
day. I'm sure it was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. You could say that. I'm just gonna get a cup of coffee for now and I don't know what needs to be done, like sweeping, dusting, anything like that.
She kind of, rubs her chin a little and then, combs her hair behind her ears. Well, I think we do need a bit of shopping done today, if you don't mind going out to the market. We're heading towards the end of the spring season. I know the lady said there were a couple things she wanted to be picked up. If you could just swing by her rooms today, she asked if you could run out and grab a few things for her.
Oh, yes, I'll do that. Okay, yes, I will definitely get that done today. And she'll take her coffee, head through the dining room, grabbing, like, I don't know, feather duster as she goes. And she's just gonna make a straight beeline for the library and pretend to dust books for a while as she drinks her coffee.
Beautiful.
Voss Guivanen is still standing in the foyer. Grand vestibule, foyer, all of the above. Dunking his biscotti in the coffee. He's actually feeling pretty okay. Brad got arrested. That was kind of funny.
Roll perception for me real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but
A total
yeah.
of.
Yeah, you definitely heard them. You heard Aaron talking to.
Right. Well, he'll give it some time. Finish his biscotti while he still tries not to think about anything. It's a pretty okay night. He got to watch his own character arc play out through the eyes of a different Guivanen. But with a more supportive Voss this time, and he's very proud of himself.
I'm a good dad. He's like he's in the grand vestibule, but then he steps outside real quick. Takes in a deep breath. Yeah, it's like a Folgers commercial. I love this kind of. I love this time of year.
Exactly. And then he'll walk back in, having mostly finished his cup. How long does the mental bond thing last? Is there a
It would
time?
have been severed. Oh wait, no, you didn't go through the portal.
He did
So
not.
Nope.
hold on, something is weird with my sheet. Huh, that is strange. Okay. Ignoring that for now.
Updates.
Uh,
Fuck those guys.
that's in the wrong. I'm on the. What the? Okay. I'm sorry. This is. I don't understand.
That's okay.
Species traits. Okay.
Mm.
An hour. An hour.
Species traits. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I gotta find her the old-fashioned way. Well, she's somewhere cleaning, so I'll just wander.
Okay. Roll a. Roll a d20.
Four.
Yeah, you're gonna be wandering around for a while. Yeah. So, Aaron, it was a bit of
Yes.
a interesting evening for Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
How is that affecting Aaron's activities today?
Well, for one, she's only pretending to do the cleaning. In reality, she's looking at all the books, refamiliarizing herself with the library, with the specific organization system that it has, and just really kind of diving into that, maybe reorganizing a section or two, just to keep her mind off of things and away from things.
Can I get a library use roll?
Library tools.
I think it was library use, not library tools. My fault.
That's a nat one.
Oh man, you're just like, this place is so dirty. Like you actually weren't coming here to clean it, and you realize how messed up it is. It's fucked up. It's gonna take you hours, maybe even days, to reorganize this the way that you want it to be. So
Yeah, then Kovanen would probably find her
yep.
on the top section, like all of the books stripped out of one of the bookcases. She's in all the middle of them, piling them up into different piles based on genre, author, etc. Good God, there's a lot of books.
No one. Why is no one following the Dewey Decimal System?
Some idiot shelved this herbology book by the botany shit. This is a totally different field of science. This should be all the way over on the other side of the library.
They would never.
They have geology with travel logs.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, you're actually organizing.
Everything is messed up. I don't know who did this, what did this, how this happened.
Well, I can tell you
But-
that Rad reads books.
It was probably. God damn it.
Radnor reads
God
books.
damn it. There were at least 5 books here that were either shelved backwards, upside down, or both.
Who knows? What's on? What's on your itinerary for the day? Has Miss Crow given you? I don't know. Schedule.
I not all that much of one. I'm gonna talk to the lady sometime today and go out and do some shopping. But other than that, just this probably. Except for, lunch and maybe dinner if the other if the music people come back.
Well, I certainly haven't heard anything so soon, so I have no idea what's going on. Well, I'll make an effort to tend to household matters for the next whatever. Whenever you go out shopping, why not let me know?
Okay.
I'll help you run your errands. Errands. Those two words sound the same.
I didn't think of that. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you know. Do you want to? She taps her forehead as if to ask, do you want to do the thing again? Link again?
Yeah, that's super convenient.
Yeah, it really is. And then Bink, it's like a plink sound, like a high note of a keyboard is the sound effect in the anime. And they're linked.
He looks up, looks around at the sudden note. That's a new description. He hasn't heard that one before. And smiles at her, thinks, all right, well, I'll be around. Let me know when you leave. I'll go with you.
Thank you. I'll either be here or in the ladies' room.
Got it. Oh, I gotta go look for Kovanen. That's what. And he walks away.
Good luck with that.
All right. You walk into. I'm sorry. You do whatever it is you're doing.
I will say that I will now look for Kovanen.
You walk into the. You walk into the second story of the grand vestibule, and his door is still closed, and so is the door to the ladies' room, which doesn't sound right. The ladies' room.
You named her. Man.
Not the water closet.
He looks left, looks right. He lifts up the little fruit bowl, takes the key from around his neck out of his shirt, puts it down, lifts up the bowl, puts the key under it while still touching the key, disappears inside, and then the fruit bowl falls back down on top of the key.
How are you gonna get out?
Now the link is severed.
You're trapped.
They just established.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Well, he'll appear underneath the fruit bowl here in some amount of time.
So you go into the thing.
Into the thing.
Yeah.
There's
So
the glade, there's the art thing, there's the couch, there's the staircase, there's the hymn, there's the sarcophagi. Here we are.
let's see. Yeah, that's actually perfect because we're going to roll right back into Kovanen. Okay. You go into the glade. One sec, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm handling a plumbing issue. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Sorry about that. We had a a thing where our plumbing was at like the PSI was at like 100, and I had to fix a couple things. And my wife was like, "Oh, is it doing it again?" And it's not. It's fine. I fixed it. Anyway.
100. What happens when you flush the toilet?
Oh man, dude, I took a shower. It was
It
like
explodes.
it was like blasting me in the face. It was like, well, because the toilet actually is in the reservoir, so you don't really see the effects
You just
of.
pee right into your own reservoir?
No, when the toilet flushes, you're flushing from the reservoir, not from. You're not actually using the pressure of the water line. But I did take a shower, and we have like this like magnifying. It makes the pressure higher, and I don't normally take a shower in that bathroom, and it fucking like was roasting me. It was so hot and so much pressure. I was like, oh my god, it was like stinging. It's like something's wrong. And anyway, yeah, it's supposed to be between like 40 and 60, so roughly 50. It was like twice as high as it's supposed to go, and yeah, not cool. We're probably gonna have a leak here soon. Anyway, it's fixed now. And you are also fixed in the glade.
I'll ignore that. Does the glade feel different? Has anybody been here and like looked around and like done stuff?
Roll perception.
14.
You don't notice anything remarkable.
Okay.
At least from where you
Well,
are.
Okay. Well, he'll go down the stairs.
So as you
Sorry,
go
we-
to go down the stairs,
Okay.
you notice that across from where your door is, there's another door.
Like across. So, when you say my door, you mean the doorway that leads to the stairs?
Exactly.
Oh, so there's a second door up here on the ground, the upper level.
Yes.
What's the door look like?
When you look down through that doorway, it looks to be identical to yours.
Huh. Okay. Well, he can't help it. He kind of taps his fingers together the way you do when you feel like you're about to do something you shouldn't do and maybe no one's watching. Looks around. No one's here, obviously, to see him do this. So he will peek his head into that doorway and maybe take a few steps down.
Just seems as though you're in a very similar stairwell to the one that you have traveled through in the past.
Well, gee, what's at the bottom of it?
So you walk out, and you are in the area where the 5 are. And as you walk down, you see there's only one door behind you.
He gets the sense that, okay, this obviously isn't meant for him. I mean, well, obviously it's not meant for him, but he actually gets the sense that it's not really meant for him. So he'll back up the staircase go around a little corner through his own door, down the stairs to his own little room down there with the sarcophagi and the view out into nothing. Is that one normal?
When you walk down to the bottom of that one, the lady is actually sitting at the table on that little veranda overlooking everything / nothing.
Ah. Well, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How you doing? She's
Fine.
drinking some tea.
Actually, all right, I guess. Walk over and sit down.
I do think we need to talk a bit. I met with Kovanen last night, and it was illuminating. Apparently, he's moving forward rather quickly.
Yeah. He was telling me some things about his memories, and he was painting some things that he does and doesn't remember happening, and I thought it was a good time to send him down into the basement since his friends and companions were out of the manse. It simplified things. Is he all right? Was that? I mean, he's
No, everything's fine. It's just we're a bit out of our normal order of things. It's just well, the way things are progressing now, he's going to be leaving with me this year, and he's never been through Long Shadows with me, and Aurora is here. I need her to go with us if we're going to go. I know we discussed this a bit before, and it's just things are... It's never happened like this before, at least not for me.
I see. So, experiencing Long Shadows with you is,
You could call it a rite of passage.
right. Okay.
I mean, you and I went through it before, and that's kind of how he came to be. Well, after we left.
Right. Well,
So, to do it...
So either...
Sorry, continue.
So he will, at this rate, experience, the normal progression too soon, or just soon?
I don't know, it's just wrong. Things that are going on here are just out of order. The relationship with him and Vea is very troubling. Radner is a bad influence. I mean, Lucian was horrible for you, but Radner is just worse. He's just horrible. There's something wrong with that boy. I don't know how he fell into this. I just feel like I need to pull him out. But if we do that, then I don't see any way that he's going to be ready for the next generation. I mean, obviously, he takes some time. He would be going to wherever, typically. I mean, it just... The chain is being broken. And I see it happening. And I'm not sure what to do.
I see. So if things around the manse and the like, how do I say, the terrestrial Eberron matters were to be calmed or smoothed over, would that mean that he would take too long to wait until the next Long Shadows?
I mean, I wouldn't. It's never can be too long. I mean, think about how long you can live if you have to. I mean, you're essentially. She gestures over to the five. Living in the dreamlands for years and years and years.
Right. Okay.
And we've just completed a cycle. It happened too early last time for the return. Well, not too early. It happened. It doesn't always happen on time, but it's not this fast. And we missed one with fire, and now. I mean, are you ready to go? Because that's what happens next. What are we going to have? A Voss? It just, the order just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
We're not just going to sacrifice. We're not just going to sacrifice one of the sleepers so that you can take their place. And then it just doesn't make any sense. The order is just messed up. It's just wrong.
Okay. So there were some wrinkles, in the plan, air quotes, last time, which have,
Of course.
exacerbated this generation to be progressing too quickly. So,
I mean,
how does that get reconciled? Where does the correction?
I need to go see.
What happens?
We have to go see Mother. I think. I mean, I do. At the very least.
Sorry, DM. She said have to go see Vea and then have to go see Father.
Mother.
Do I know who she's talking? Who is that?
Who is Mother? Well, I mean, our mother, the lady.
Oh.
You've met her.
Oh, I see. Okay. I suppose I didn't realize that was not, well, you at the time.
I think there's a bit more
Maybe.
details we need to cover. It seems like there are certain things you may not know.
That is likely. I'm a lot of things, but well, I'm not smart. I try, I think I have good intentions and a good heart and all that good stuff. I'm not a smart man.
But I know what love is. All right.
Scene change.
Scene change. Lucian. You guys have been up
Hello?
for a while.
Yeah.
I would say by now you would make it to your breakfast level activities if you have such a thing.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of sitting with like, some lumberjacks and some
lumberjacks. What the fuck?
sausage.
Lumberjacks? Is
bacon.
that pancakes? Is that what you call pancakes where you're from? Lumberjacks?
Is there? Yeah, some sausage, pancakes, and some bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon.
So you see, at this point, Rose has walked down. Lucky has been here for a little while. Rose has walked down. She's talking to him. And
Flapjacks, that's what I meant.
Flapjacks. That's like lumberjacks. It's a fucking really cool name for pancakes. And you guys notice each other for the first time.
Wait, who again?
Rose.
Oh,
And Lucky.
okay. Uh-huh.
Is he within 120 feet of me?
Yes.
All right. So the moment Rose sees Lucian, she's gonna mess with the little copper spiraled wire on a bracelet. And Lucian gets the message. Pinhue posted their bail. Might want to come over.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, DM, Penhue is the one that I had in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he sure is.
Yeah. All right. So Lucian has his plate, like he's excited. Like he is ready to sit down and just munch on this fucking food. And then he receives this message. And his shoulders slump. And like everything happy about what he was just feeling about this breakfast has now just disappeared off of his face. And he walks over to the table, sits down, practically like tosses the plate on the table, and and just kind of sits down and just like,
Tell me more.
Some point during the last night's news cycle, nothing much said about the exact events that would happen at the manse. They did mention Vea and Radnor by name in the article. They also mentioned that Esther Pinhue posted their bail. Don't know if that means he's here, but that means that he's certainly working here in Fairhaven. You're an agent. They just got placed. We're about to head out and talk to Felt. Maybe see if Darren's heard anything too. Let's start making my rounds with him later.
Interesting. So, all right.
So, while you're thinking through that, I've had maybe 2 interactions with Radnar. You and the rest seem to have more.
Mhm.
Did he say anything about having that kind of family connection or anything?
To be honest, he hasn't really said much to us. We kind of almost immediately just didn't like him and like excluded him from everything. I mean, that kind of happens when, your name is Radna Wolf and you call yourself Rad instead of Wolf. But
Rose rolls her eyes.
so yeah, I don't know much about him, to be honest.
certainly a thing.
However, um, you know, that guy that posted their bail, he and I had some words. That's that's all I'll say about that.
Oh, the moment Lucian says it like that, Rose's eyes are going to dip to his sidearm. Words. Right.
Yeah,
She's alive.
I mean, yeah. What? I just wanted to talk to him. I spoke to him. He claims that, you know, that water got all over the floor, but
I don't need to. Nope. You're not continuing down that line. I need to figure out what his connection to Ragnar is. Weird feeling. That just.
Lucky, since you're here, there was something that I wanted to ask you.
He leans in. Yeah, Lucian, what's on your mind?
Well, there were some claims made about the health, we'll say, of my cousin Carlisle.
What do you mean?
What are
when
your
you say
thoughts?
Health. When you say health, you mean like
That he might not be as dead as we think he is.
oh, right. Well, when I left, I mean, we were right north of Cutter's Mouth, I guess, towards Baylor's Sorrow. He was fucking dead. Balinor's Sorrow. Sorry. He looks over at Rose. She's like shaking her head.
Did you see his corpse?
I mean, I saw the fight he got in. I saw him get his ass beat pretty hard. I got taken down.
I mean, and Lucian kind of looks over at Rose and back at Lucky and says, I mean, Rose and I have taken rather rough beatings ourselves, to the point of beginning to see the light at the end of a tunnel.
I mean, Lucian.
Yet here we sit.
I think. I mean, in certain parts of the world, there are things people can do to bring people back. It's not very common, but I think we all know it exists. It just takes a lot of extra effort. And I guess if anybody would have that kind of resources to get that kind of effort, would probably be Cathalis would have access to that. So, I mean, if I saw him dead or I didn't see him dead, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if somebody wanted him alive bad enough, they could probably make something happen.
And in your travels, who would you think would have wanted him to feign death, but bring him back when no one was looking?
He thinks for some time to answer that question. I don't know. I don't know. I thought about it a lot, actually. Just wondering, well, not who would want him to be alive, but who would want to kill him. And even that question is a bit obscure to me.
I mean, there are plenty of people who would want a Cathalis dead. There's plenty of people that would want Carlisle dead. Hell, I was one of those people for a bit there too.
I mean,
However,
I think it was actually one of the factions of House Tharashk that attacked us. If that helps.
Why would our own house do that?
I mean, you know as well as I do, there are multiple factions within our own house.
There's the big three of them.
They're the big three. I would say that if it was any group, off the top of my head, it would probably be the one that Gramash was originally part of. But why they would want him dead, I don't know. And I guess maybe whoever wanted him alive might be somebody different. Whoever wanted him alive to begin with, House Cathalis, maybe. That's. I'm just making suppositions now here, Lucy, and I can't say.
I mean, House Cathalis just finished honoring him, his sister, and his father in their death. I highly doubt that.
I mean, I
that
think
they
you
would-
know as well as I do that you guys have your own share of skeletons in the closet. And it's funny, Penhew was actually an occultist and also a Zendricologist, which doesn't really mean much to you because you're from Zendrik. But on this side of the pond, it means that he takes a special interest in studying your culture and the histories and antiquity of Zendrik. So, it's funny. He's just a weird man.
Seems to be going around.
Yeah. His family's estates. I think he actually spent most of his time in Seer, believe it or not. That was the most I could find about him. He was one of the fortunate few that was able to make it out early enough to avoid the fallout.
Right, the morning.
Exactly.
Mm.
He's been here ever since. And I think his family's from here originally anyway, so I mean, I could be wrong. He's just a curious character.
Either way, whatever he's doing, next back to Radnor, which
Well,
just gives me a headache.
listen, Lucian, I mean, Rose and I are about to go over and see Felt. If you want to kind of break off with us, you're more than welcome.
No, you and Summer might have plans. Figured we'd offer.
Right. So, I mean, it might be illuminating. He's always got his ear to the ground. I don't know where he gets all his information from, but I think Rebecca's back
Gossip
around
and
too.
politics.
Yeah, Rebecca's back in town. I'm just gonna have a
Oh,
big
that
old reunion.
Actually, kind of reminds me. Rose is gonna see who wrote the byline for this particular notice about the arrests?
It was not Rebecca.
Okay. I mean, she's still gonna note the name, so maybe get
It was
Rebecca's opinion on.
it was like Glenstone or whatever the hell his name is. I can't remember him. He's written a couple.
Okay, so whatever
things in the
Rebecca's.
past. Yeah, I think it's
One of
actually
Rebecca's
technically the
assistants.
editor. I would have to go back through the logs, but he's the guy that's shown up a couple other times. Has written that is not. That's not Rebecca. For the Fairhaven Beacon. Anywho, we will
So?
actually now I'm gonna pop over to Zazie.
Woohoo!
All right.
Yeah.
Kovanen has been away for some time. Voss, Vanen.
Yeah. Once she gets this shelf all set up, all fixed, as best she can, she's gonna head out into the ladies' room and just knock on the door.
Come in.
Oh, she will enter.
It's fine, because she can just like spend like 10 seconds of time from here and spend all the time with Kovanen she needs, because it's like an hour. Time dilation's a bitch. So, she is knitting, per usual. Good morning, Zazie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing.
What are you doing today?
Running errands for you, apparently. There's Miss Crow said there was stuff that you wanted picked up from the shops, so I have been
There are indeed a couple
sent
of
to
things.
get a list.
A couple of things I'd like to be picked up from the shops today. I think She smiles. I think Voss will be back in a very short time. Perhaps he can join you?
Oh, he was already planning on it.
Excellent. Well, I'll let him know. When I'm done with him. I'll send him to you directly. Unless, of course, you already have something planned.
No. She does give the lady a weird look at, I'll let him, but she'll keep quiet about it for now. I also figured that you might want to talk about the disguise. She gestures to herself.
Oh, right. No, it's fantastic. You see her kind of focusing for a moment. Roll perception. Three.
It's a 3.
Well, you don't notice yet.
The spell lasts for an hour. I am capable of casting it multiple times a day, and that should be able to get me through the whole day. I am Erin Westcott,
So,
innkeeper's daughter.
So we will say, for just for the sake of simplicity, that when you go to cast the spell again, or you're preparing to cast the spell again, you realize that you don't even need to. That it continues to persist as what appears to be some sort of glamour. And if you do something that would make you touch your face or your hands or whatever, anything that may not perfectly align with the image, you realize that you have actually, you're not. What are you using? Are you using illusion or using transmutation?
Disguise self is illusion, and she
Disguise.
has kept Aaron's body as close to her own as she can. So there is
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
no
No tells.
spots where it would be different,
Excellent. So
except for the hair. The hair's the major one.
Yeah, if you like wave your hair around real fast, maybe it moves out of the illusion. I don't know. But you realize with some examination over time that when you are Aaron, you actually are Aaron now. And it persists even beyond the point that the spell should continue. Though you do notice like a well of ability and power within yourself that allows you to dismiss it and cast it at will.
Okay. I was about to freak the fuck out if I was stuck as Aaron and wasn't able to change it.
No, maybe maybe even a little bit of like changeling type essence has been bestowed upon you for now. So.
And she'll explain her whole disguise and backstory to the lady.
She nods her head.
And
Seems satisfied.
that's it.
Roll persuasion real quick while you're, or performance, or some sort of charismatic, presentation type ability. There we go. 21 performance.
21.
She seems to highly enjoy the story that you came up with and all of the work that you went through to like create this alternate persona. Yeah. Very good.
And Voss. Voss knows all the same details.
Good. All right. Well, as I mentioned to Miss Crow, I'll just have a bit of a shopping list for you. If that's okay. I hate to impose upon you because I know that you're only in this role as more of a, as more of a guise. But I do think that if you were able to help me procure some of these items, it would be beneficial for all of us.
Yeah, part of maintaining a disguise is putting in the legwork to maintain it. The only thing I've done so far is rearrange part of the library, which I would do whether I was this or actually me.
All right.
You're okay with me rearranging the library, right?
That's fine. I haven't used it in years. I think I've read pretty much everything in there that is mine a number of times, and I think I have copies of all of them in my own rooms. She looks around her room. Not these, my more permanent space. You've been there before. Once, right? With Kovanen?
Yes.
She nods and kind of continues knitting. All right. If you don't mind, just have a seat on the couch in the hall or one of the chairs.
Okay, do you have that list for me now?
She stands up, walks over to you, and hands you a folded piece of paper from inside her, her shirt. Pulls it out like a dollar bill.
And yeah, she'll take the paper and go
no
sit
one
on the
left.
couch and read it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm working it up. I have been typing it myself. Let's see here. Come on. All right. So it's basically just like a shopping list. And they appear to be things that would be used in like a recipe of some sort. So it's just berries, truffles, peppers, honey, beer, grapes, tea, eggs, fillets of smoked fish, cured meat, bread, cheese, and black salt.
She'll shrug, put it in her pocket, and pull out a small book that she brought from the library from her pocket, and just sit there and wait.
All right, Kovanen.
Got it. Got the list. Nailed it. All right.
Oh, I was typing it out, but I don't need to. Oh wow! Holy shit! Thanks, dude.
Yeah. So is the lady done with Vosko running in the glade?
She is. You will pop up on the table. The bowl of fruit lands on
Great.
top of your head.
I was imagining that he would blink into existence and the bowl of fruit would kind of explode, like when there's a clipping error in Skyrim.
Even
and
better.
items go everywhere.
Yep, even better. Just totally displaced it.
That's so funny. Well, with a silent magical thump, Vosko Wanted exists once again, standing on the coffee table. Fruit explodes.
Fruit flies everywhere.
Fruit flies fucking everywhere.
And I don't mean the insect.
Well, that's one way to make an entrance.
Oh, I didn't. Usually, it just puts me beside the thing. Well, sorry if you had to put that bowl of fruit there this morning. He bends down to pick up the key. Back around his neck, steps off the table. Onto the couch. Plops down. Well, hello again.
Hi. I talked to the lady myself. She was just in her room. And I have the shopping list, and I also have updated her on the whole she'll mind link with him again and say telepathically the whole disguise thing.
Wait, so he feels her hair.
But what? Why are you doing that?
And he can feel the hair, the new hair that's not usually there.
It is. It's just a different color.
It's not that. Yeah. It's generally not that the hair. It's not really that the hair is there. It's just it's a very different texture and a very different length.
Huh.
Yeah,
But I
but
guess
like-
that's irrelevant now.
Yeah, so the hair's
Yeah,
there
the
now.
hair that's the new hair is longer, so it wouldn't that longer hair wouldn't normally be there. But it feels real, and it's real, and she's actually Aaron.
Exactly.
I don't know how to feel about this. I'm gonna be honest.
He tugs on it a little, and you like it's
Ow.
real. You feel it.
Yes. Don't pull my hair.
The ow was so good. Ow!
That wasn't that hard. Okay, I just thought she would make the illusion, you know, somewhat permanent, but not make you into Aaron. Huh?
I wish it was the illusion.
It feels weird the first time you're really someone else, huh?
Yeah, it does. And
Well, you'll get
it
used
doesn't
to it.
feel good.
It's different, especially when you're not that person. Okay, let's just go shopping so I don't spiral.
Okay.
As
Wait,
you
she
guys
gave you
are
a real shopping list? That wasn't
Yeah.
a reason to send you on some the lady business errands.
No, I
things?
have a shopping list.
Oh, okay. This one gonna get revealed to us at the grocery store, and then it'll be the prophecy all along.
the prophecy of the
Look,
smoked
if the
fish.
if the prophecy includes berries, truffles, and cured meat, that would be one prophecy I would actually be happy to be in.
I guess you're not wrong. Ah, good morning.
Oh,
No?
Good morning. What do you I'm and then
gotta go
Kovanen
shopping.
just walks down the steps. He's like sees you guys talking, tries to ask for a moment like what you guys are doing, and then he just nods and turns around and starts walking down the steps.
Poor kid. Poor dumb little idiot.
Poor
don't call
dumb-
him a dumb little idiot.
We are, especially at that age. He means well. He's just overwhelmed right now.
Especially at that age. He's 9 months younger than I am. Oh,
9
God.
months and 18 years.
Well, this may or may not complicate things. I don't know.
This being his first conversation with the lady in an extra dimensional
No,
the glade.
seeing us just talking casually like this.
Well,
Wow.
we're talking about shopping.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I guess I'm just paranoid.
Well, if he's the type to overthink things, then maybe you're right.
Are you the type to overthink things?
Okay, let me take a step back here mentally. If I had seen Voss speaking this way to one of his hired help, I'd probably think it was weird. We do appear rather comfortable with one another right now.
Yeah.
Well, we have a to-do list. Well, it's not a to-do list, it's one item, but it's a shopping list.
Yes.
The to-do list is go get the stuff on the shopping list.
Yes.
We're wasting time.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, Lucian's magicycles are in the garage.
Okay.
He
Said
he
we could
snuck
take one?
on. Oh, damn it. I guess we could. You drive
You
better
don't
than
like
him.
those very much, do you?
Yeah, but I also trust you more on a magicycle than him. So, but anyway, the point is, he tried to sneak on to, Mont's grounds to take his magicycle back, I think.
Oh.
When I stepped outside last night, he was trying to do that, and I yelled at him and told him to go away.
You would. Um,
Yeah, and he
Uh,
didn't listen to me exactly like he would.
he wouldn't. Wait, was he like? I don't know. I think you should have just let him take it and leave.
Well, it's locked, so he couldn't just go in and get it.
Oh, fair enough. Well, let's just go to the store.
Yes, let's. And they go to the store.
Okay, Lucian and Rose, you guys follow Lucky to the flower shop. All right, hold on. Let me.
Lucian, now's your chance.
Oh, yeah. He walks up to the side of the building. There's a staircase that goes up. There's like a small, like, not really a balcony, but like a porch, built on to the side of the second story of the flower shop. Lucky walks up. Can you guys still not hear that?
No.
That's so wild.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm literally banging on my microphone.
Well, don't do that.
Boom, 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 boom.
I heard it that time.
Yeah. See, it's my voice. You can hear it. So it's really cool that it does that you can't hear it. I don't know what has happened in that time from when
You
we
really
st-
could lock this guy in a room by himself, and he'd just never know.
Yeah. All of the people in my head would just talk to me. So Lucky looks down at you guys, just like holds up a finger. Failed.
He doesn't. Yeah, Rose is.
Can I get a perception roll from everyone?
Yeah, Rose is just
Lucian, yours is
shrugging,
at advantage.
like, oh no.
Hell yeah. $23.
3.
Rose.
Rose is taking her cues from Lucky.
Yeah, you look at each other. Lucian, you feel a portal open inside of that room.
Okay.
I'm gonna try the door. The handle.
It's locked. Roll acrobatic save. Roll dex save, please.
You got it.
Excellent. The door opens and you just step out of the way of the door. Felt looks down at you like trying to open the door. What, are you trying to break into my house?
No.
He looks around and sees everyone else there. Oh, hey. Looks up at the sky. Looks around. Good morning.
Good. Yes. Good morning.
Shuts the door behind
Good
himself.
morning. We're hoping we can speak to you.
Yeah, I'm free all day. What's up? What'd I miss?
Oh.
What are we doing? Where are we going? He's
All right,
he's like shooing you guys down the steps. Like he's like, all right, man, I get it. Come on. Walk down normal. Like such a fucking weirdo about people coming to your house. You could invite us in like a normal person and we could. And he's like, no. My house is a mess.
Might have been.
I would be embarrassed if you guys saw what it looked like inside. Whew. Can't have that.
He didn't want you stealing his girl.
My girl?
Felt's girl.
He
That
just-
was Rose talking to Lucky.
He just kind of laughs. That's exactly it.
No.
Where? Where were you?
Where? Hold on one
Yeah,
second.
yes, you. Where?
Let me see how I respond to this. Mr. Steal Your Girl. That's lucky. I'm such a fucking nerd. Okay. Insight. Ooh. I roll a 31. So he stops for a second and he looks at you, Lucian, and in your head you hear, "Leave it alone." I was in my rooms. You know, this shitty apartment that I live in while I'm in Fairhaven.
Mhm. All right.
In your head you hear, "What do you know?"
Lucian looks around.
Don't fucking look around, you idiot. Look straight ahead. Walk, face ahead. Don't look at me. Don't make eye contact. Just keep walking.
I mean, I know that you used a portal.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know from where. I do like portals.
We can talk about it later. Not right now. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, he's carrying on a conversation with Lucky. All right. I think today we are going to the police station.
All right.
All right. He looks around at everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Oh, you might have more of a vested interest in this than you realize.
Who, me? Me specifically? Lucian. My bad.
I mean, you might too. It depends on how you know people involved.
What people?
I don't know who you were. Pinhue, Radner Wolf, and the woman known as Bea.
He's kind of like shrugs.
I don't
What does that mean?
know who you work for, and frankly, I don't care. As long as it doesn't, provide a conflict of interest in any business that we have.
You make a lot of assumptions. Has anyone ever told you that?
And to be fair, you're butting in when I was telling Lucian he's got a vested interest in what's going on. I'm just giving you more detail.
Lucky just like looks at him and is kind of like shakes his head. What?
Uh-huh. So
Fuck.
yes.
You guys come to
Head
my
back.
house. You fucking wake me up. I tell you where I'm going, and then you tell me what I'm going to do while I'm there.
I mean, I thought that's what Lucky just told you is what. Yeah.
Lucky didn't tell me anything.
I need to stop and pay more attention to you two.
Well,
So,
he
last
looks
night-
at Lucky. He points at him. He's like, "This is in case you haven't met him. This is Grimluck Ditharask. Him and I have been working as a duo." And he looks at Lucky, and Lucky just like fucking pulls his, like the front of his hat down and walks on ahead of people. We've been doing some investigating around here of our own. You know, he does a lot of the you know, the investigation. You know, I handle more of like the interpersonal type thing. We're on a case right now.
Well, in that case,
In that case,
frankly, it just backing up 5 seconds, and Rose is grinning.
all right.
Does that have anything to do with a man named Pinhue,
No,
a man named Radner Wolf?
no,
Or
none of
Romany
this.
Bay?
None of this. None of this.
In that case, Rose takes like 2 minutes to run down what happened last night. We're heading that way too, because if they're still there, or if there's an agent involved, then I can get that information. These people were implicated in the House Air murders. And given everything that I've been through recently, it kind of seems like I should be paying attention to this.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to come along with us. I mean, as long as Lucky's okay with it. He just keeps walking ahead of you guys. He's like walking down the main thoroughfare towards the center of town. Like, you guys know that all of the court offices and everything like that are in the central building, like off to the right-hand side. I know we've got like 20 minutes left, guys, but I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'm sorry about it. I've been trying to hydrate, and it just I'm too hydrated. I'll be right back.
Well, too well hydrated.
All right.
Welcome
So
back.
you guys enter the court, and what is the lady at the counter's name?
You're asking me to remember that.
It's like
from
it's like
however
it's
long
like
ago?
a
Barb Dylan.
Hold on. Barb.
Streisand?
Oh, man, you had it so quick.
Barbara
That's so good.
Streisand,
Ozzy had it. Ash has it.
Barb Dylan. It's like
Yes.
Barbara Dylan.
Zyland. It was
Yes.
Zyland. Something.
Okay.
Zyland. Yes. Man, it was right as I finished typing the word clerk in my find bar of the Word document. Barb was in the same paragraph. But you
Barbara
got-
Zyland is at the counter.
I remember her.
Good job.
I was too focused on typing.
She gave us food.
It's like a mix of Bob Dylan and Barbara Streisand. Okay. You guys walk in. She's at the counter. Felt walks up, has a quick conversation with her real quick, calls Lucky over. The two of you are just kind of waiting. Lucky walks back. All right, guys. Felt and I are gonna work on this thing real quick. If you guys don't mind waiting out here for just a bit.
Oh, don't mind.
All right.
As long as you don't object to me asking her questions about my thing.
I know. I don't care. She's the one that handles all this stuff. All right.
All right.
Felt weaves, and they walk off around the corner into one of the rooms. Let me get a perception check out of each of you.
$21.
I'm glad you got the perception.
Nice. Rose,
What about
failing
I'm
left and
start
right.
using the internal.
Lucian, as this is going on, you hear at a table across the way, Penhew is having a conversation with someone, and you overhear a statement where it appears to be maybe another attorney, maybe another clerk. You see Penhew, and the last thing that the we'll just call him an attorney, says to him before Penhew realizes you're there, is that Radner made an admission of guilt. And at that moment, Penhew looks up, and he looks over and makes eye contact with you.
I just like lower my forehead so that I'm looking up my eyebrows at him, and I smirk.
Roll intimidation.
Huh?
With advantage. This time.
Okay. Yes. 21.
He starts to push back in his chair, and we're going to go to Kavan and Nazazi.
Zam.
All right. Where do you guys go shopping? What is your, obviously you guys, I know it's been a while since we went over all the areas in town, but where would you go?
Well,
I
we start
think
with-
that
we
during.
start with the question,
Oh,
Aaron,
yes.
what is a truffle? What really is a truffle?
It's a kind of mushroom, gourmet mushroom.
Is that what they are? I just thought they were. I thought they were the chocolate things with chocolate inside of them.
Well, those are also called truffles. I think that they're called that because they resemble the mushroom, and the mushroom I think came first.
Or what if somebody grew the mushroom to resemble the chocolate? That doesn't seem likely.
That's funny. Sorry.
Okay, so there's fruit, there's mushrooms, meat.
Mhm.
There's more than one kind of cheese. There's definitely
Really?
more than one. There's more than one kind of bread.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean like that exists, not on the list. That's why I don't. So I don't really know where to go.
Oh, I do.
All right.
And Sazi will tell him about this cute little shop that she found during the 9 months of thinking he was dead. And Lucian being off on his
Savage.
honeymoon.
Gave me a
Um,
dream. It wasn't the entire 9 months.
I need you to make a name for this cute little shop and tell me where it is in town.
well, I'm picturing like, have you ever been in? I know you're in like city area, but have you ever gone to a little Amish store?
I have. I live near Lancaster, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a little Amish store, probably by the either the docks or one of the entrances to the city, but it's just small and quaint. It's really cute. It's
Why-
got like
That would definitely
stuff
be.
that an Amish store has.
So that would be like the what is it called? The Reaches. What the hell is that part of the thing called? The Reaches.
I don't know. Eldine?
Eldine Reaches. Thank you. Yeah, that would be them because those are like your like that's where all the druids and shit like that are from. So yeah, it's definitely like super rustic. Anyway, continue. I just wanted to, yeah. So they're from
Yeah,
the
it's got
Eldine
a
Reaches.
name. So it's like names Aldine store. But everybody just calls it the Aldine Reachers store. Like everybody calls every little Amish store the Amish store.
Right, it's just the Amish. You know, it's the Amish store around the corner from here. It's the closest one.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, God, there's one that's actually really good. Like we're close to where I'm working right now. You just go in there and there's like a bunch of like little shops all inside the building. Ah, it's so good. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So yeah, she'll tell him which section of the city it's in, and I assume that there is just a little bit more bickering about how to get there before they eventually decide on the Magicycle after all.
There are 2 Magicycles. There's one that was Lucian's, and that's his little baby. That's the one they don't take. Take the other one.
Yes, the one that they stole.
That would be 1.
Yes. And then they go to the little Amish store,
And
do
then
all
they
the
leave.
shopping, and I assume just go back to the Mott's.
Well, there's some travel time. And so Govan and Voss, or Voss Kovanen, whichever you prefer. Talks probably on the way back after they've had the cute little shopping scenes. Assuming they didn't have any issues actually buying the stuff and it was just a normal errand, DM.
DM?
I'm sorry. Was that a question?
Yes, I
Yeah.
said assuming that really was just a normal shopping trip.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
not
yeah.
some-
No. It was just literally
Okay.
just a. You guys went to the Eldine cupboard, and were able to get, or the Eldine pantry. I don't know. Pick up everything that you're looking for. You know, selected what you're doing. You're on your way home. You know, you guys. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't another story hook like that time you sent us to dinner with the lady, and on the way back we got attacked by rat folk and they stole the ruby shard and we
Hey,
got sent into the bricks.
You're still on your way
Yeah.
back. I didn't say you made it back yet.
Okay, well, I just wanted to get to the point where we were on the way back,
Mhm.
and Foskovanen can talk to Zazie after they've had the cute shopping scenes and had the moments. Okay,
Mhm.
continuity established. Well, on the way back, Voss is like, since he drives at a pleasantly comfortable speed, it's not so loud that he can't talk.
And even if it was, they could simply mind link.
Oh yeah. Which is probably what he does anyway. So,
He probably would he start trying to talk out loud, and Zazie would just mind link, say along the
probably.
mind link, "Hey, this is still up.
Oh yeah. Okay, so last night.
Yeah.
Not exactly the reunion I'm sure you wanted.
Oh, fuck no.
They'll turn up again. The lady has opinions about Radnor and Vaya. Radnor is apparently a very awful, terrible influence on young Kovanen.
Like how Lucian was a terrible, awful influence on you.
You wouldn't
And
believe
it-
it, but the lady said that Lucian was a pretty awful influence, but that Radnor is just something else entirely.
Mm.
So I don't know what they like do and talk about behind closed doors, or what Radnor has planned for those like paintings. But it must be something pretty nefarious, given that he's, you know, so personable and like whatever you want to call it, instead of just Lucian, who just it's like on a surface level, like kind of chaotic and stuff, you know, but deep down he's a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that Vaya is oh, what did she say? She's just kind
Also
of
a
messing things up.
bad influence.
Just kind of messing things up. She's meddling in like a way that I guess is mixing up some of the prophecy stuff.
Like what Fear was doing.
She didn't go into detail about what Vaya is doing, like the specifics, but the lady actually intends to like speak with her. Anyway, I was when she was getting arrested, and like I was sort of reminded of like you when you were a little bit younger. Like we've seen you encounter some authorities at a young age, you know. I keep saying that like it was that long ago, but it's not. I'm sorry. When we first
Well,
met
I
and you were getting
understand.
arrested, it was, you know, a bit of an affair, the kicking and then the punching and the biting. But she was just calm and kind of sinister about it. She just put her hand behind her back and used some of her blood to kind of paralyze him while smiling at his suffering.
That's not the Vaya that I remember.
No, I don't think it is the Vaya you remember. Not exactly.
She was kind of like Lucian, I guess. You know, chaotic, getting herself into trouble, getting me into trouble. But deep down, just a good person.
Well, I just don't think that's her. Not anymore.
Yeah. Just when we went to Weir and the months burned down, and you know, you stopped me from running into the fire, and it took me behind a building and kind of helped me calm down.
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Of course.
I forget exactly how you said it, but you said that maybe that I should probably try to stop the family, to stop them and like prevent other people from suffering, I guess, like I did.
Yeah, it was Probably something along those lines.
And the person I was always thinking about to help the most was Vea. And now she's like this, and is she even gonna be able to be helped? If I reveal myself in front of her, is she gonna immediately try to kill me? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
And
know either.
it terrifies me. And it also makes me really angry. God, I wish I could kill Veer. I wish I could kill him again. Whatever he did to her to make her be this way, to change so drastically, must have been absolutely terrible.
I'm afraid we probably won't know until it's probably too late. Unless we just do it just right, whatever it is. Unless we find out what they're doing and can stop Vea without having to stop her the way we stopped Veer, because he didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But she's not as deep. She's not as in the deep end as he is. Not yet. Oh, look. The alley leading to the manse.
Okay. As you guys go and take this crossroads, let me get each of you to take a perception check.
7.
Hmm.
9.
So a carriage comes wheeling around the corner. You watch it kind of speed off ahead of you guys, and it turns into the entrance of the Mons. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay. That's very
Damn.
interesting.
Well, damn.
And a note to end it on.
7 and
Excited for
9
next
doesn't
week.
really give you guys too much more than that.
I'm excited for next week and look forward to what you have planned.
All right, well, say
Gonna
good
get
night to everyone on
interesting.
the internet.